from Rhode Island, Mr. Cicilline.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Secretary, for being with us today. I have a small business and jobs and economy roundtable in my state and in my district. And when I talk to small business owners in that setting, they reaffirm how important capital is, the lifeblood of small business, as you've said already. In Rhode Island, where our economy has been particularly hard hit, small businesses, many of our small businesses do not have a strong balance sheet. They may be underwater in the building that they're in or in their own home, and they may have impaired credit scores because of credit card debt that they've taken to keep their business running and keep their businesses open. And so with all those factors in play, even with an SBA guarantee, getting a capital infusion can be still very, very difficult for some small businesses in Rhode Island. So when I spoke recently with the president of Coastway Community Bank, which is my state's largest dollar lender of SBA loans, I was very surprised to learn that his institution is not planning to take advantage of the Small Business Loan Fund. The Coastway is a mutual institution, and according to the documents that I've had the opportunity to review from Treasury, mutuals cannot issue preferred stock to Treasury without changing their tax elections. So Treasury will not offer mutuals Tier 1 capital. And so here we have instances where we have a lender, really seasoned and experienced lender, that could have borrowed $10 million from Treasury and leveraged that to between $100 and $150 million in small business loans. But instead, because of this complication, they're really forced to remain on the sidelines and not participate. And so my question is, what could we do now at this stage in the SBLF program to engage these mutual institutions in this program? We know, as you said, 844 banks have submitted applications seeking $11.6 billion. So there's $18 billion remaining. And if this distinction between Tier 1 and Tier 2 capital is keeping these really good, tried and tested and secure and successful banks like Coastway in Rhode Island on the sidelines, what can we do, what can Treasury do now to get them in this game, to really get that capital out in places like Rhode Island and in places like my congressional?
I'm not sure we have a solution to this problem, just to be honest, but we'll be happy to talk to you in more detail, to your staff, about it. But let me explain a bit the nature of this constraint. Under the system we have today, it's the banking regulators to determine what counts as capital. And in their judgment, for those types of institutions, they are not willing, I want to say this carefully, to count as capital the capital Congress made available through this program. And that gives us a problem. And what it does mean is that this has limited benefit for a certain type of institutions that are structured in that form. But I'd be happy to talk to you and your staff in more detail about it and see if there's anything we can do about this. I'm not sure there is.
I mean, it just strikes me that some of these community banks, which are best positioned to do and have the pre-existing relationship with small businesses, are in the best position to do this kind of lending, and they're prohibited, which
I completely understand with you. And again, the whole program is designed to take advantage of the knowledge community banks have about who's creditworthy, and it's got very good leverage in it because of the public-private partnership. But we've got this problem, which is the bank regulators do not want to or don't feel they can count as capital, Tier 1 capital, this type of capital investment for those type of institutions. And I'm sure they'd be happy to explain to you why they came to that judgment, and we'd be happy to be part of that.
Terrific. Thank you. Thank you. I yield back the balance of my time.